Hello everybody, my name is Coglan3639. Welcome back to another video. Today in this one is going to be another dueling video on Dueling Nexus. This one will be Meklords versus Magician's deck. I'm the one controlling the Meklords, that's why you can see my hand with the Meklords, and then my opponent's controlling the Magicians. Now I'm using the Meklord card deck from my deck profile with them. If you want to view that, it'll be in the link in the description below. So he activates Magician Rod or summons Magician Rod, activates it to get Dark Magical Circle, and then proceeds to activate Dark Magical Circle to add Soul Servant, and then activates Soul Servant to top deck from his deck. Of course, he didn't top deck from his hand, he decided to top deck from deck. So that's what he did. And then he sets and then proceeds to pass turn. Now it's my turn, second turn, of course. This is an okay hand, not the best, not the worst either. It could be just full of Meklord armies, of course. So I activate Supply Squad. He has something to negate, which he does not. Which is the thing with Dueling Nexus, is kind of one of the things. It's never like a surprise when you for negations and like stuff like that, something like Ash and Effect Failure and all that stuff. It's never a surprise because Dueling Nexus has to make you wait, which kind of sees it coming. So I activate Meklord Army Obligato, and then summon two more Meklord armies, and then activate Obligato in the grave, and then summon Ranel from my hand because a card got destroyed by a card effect, which Obligato's effect is that, and then Supply Squad effect makes me draw. Now here, I was thinking of maybe going into a Union Carrier because of Dragon Buster Blader trying to lock him out of his extra deck because he has an extra deck. Me thinking it's Dragoon. So, but I can't because Dragon Buster Blader is a dark dragon, and Meklord Granul is Earth Machine. And for Union Carrier to activate the effect, you have to target a monster and then equip a monster from the deck with the same either type or attribute, which is neither with Dragon Buster Blader. So I decided to go into the XYZ of number 27, try to destroy his monster, and then upgrade it to the level 10 monster of his. But then, instead of letting it go through, he decides to activate Solomon Judgment, pay 4,000 life points to get rid of it, and then proceeds to activate Magicians of the Dark Illusion. And then, since a Dark Magician got summoned, he activates the Circle to banish Granul. And now I'm kind of screwed here. Can't normal, can't special, can't really do anything. So I kind of have to pass turn here, which gives him the perfect opportunity to OTK me. But we'll see. So here I'm like, okay. So he ends up drawing this. I don't know what this card is called, but its effect is if you end up drawing it, you can just special summon it here. So he ends up drawing that. I'm like, okay. Here comes the Anaconda and stuff, all this stuff. Here comes the Dragoon and all this, and I can't stop it. That's gonna suck, kind of thing. And then I'm kind of screwed because this deck can't really power over Dragoon. He activates Faithful Servant from the graveyard to draw 2 cards. So I'm like, okay, here it comes. I'm screwed, kind of thing. But this next move kind of surprised me way too much. Instead of going for Dragoon, he decides to tribute 3 and go for the Winged Dragon or Raw. And then activates him to gain 3,900 life points since he was at 4,000. Left 100 left. Now, this could have been a great move if he didn't activate Solomon Judgment, because his attack would be at 79, but now it's only at 39. So he can't really OTK me here. Unless he had another card like normal summon, he banishes Supply Squad because of Dark Magician Circle. And then he attacks with Winged Dragon and Dark Magician. Doesn't gain me at 1,600 life points. Too bad he didn't have another monster. Because now he sets and then passes turn. Now I'm just thinking, I gotta do 100 damage to him, which I can do with this deck because of Meklord Army Obligato's effect in the graveyard. So I do end up normal summoning Obligato here. Now, Obligato's effect, when you get destroyed by the graveyard, and once he's in the graveyard, you can activate effect at the end phase, deal 100 effect damage for each Meklord monster you control, which in this case is, most cases not going to help, but in this case it really does help. So, summon him, destroy his by his card effect, get 2 armies onto the field, and then Emperor Weisel's effect, since a card got destroyed by a card effect, I can summon Meklord Emperor Weisel. Now here I go into a Union Carrier to get Dragon Buster Blader out to, I do a Union Carrier, just taking me a little bit. I don't know why I was thinking about it. It's a definitely Union Carrier here. So I do the Union Carrier, go into the Dragon Buster Blader, equipped it to Weisel, and the thing with Union Carrier, that equipped monster gets 1,000 attack with it, so I can actually beat him over with Dark Magician, but I'm kind of scared of that backfield, But I was like, you know what, screw it, I have the Obligato as backup anyways, let's just attack and see what happens. And it does go through. This is a win, and this, of course, is a best 2 of 3, so, we go into the side decking. So I do end up winning that first match. Kind of a weird surprise with the Winged Dragon Raw with the Dark Magicians. I've never seen it with that. It's usually like Dragoon and stuff like that. So here I'm thinking maybe throwing Dark Ruler No More in here. Or like some kind of Nibiru. But I was like, we'll just continue with what we have. So, of course, he's going to go first. And for the Meklords, this is absolutely a perfect hand. You get Meklord Army Astro Dragon Triskion, you get Obligato, and you got Assembly. Even if this was more perfect, if one of those Obligatos was a Nucleus Core, that would be amazing. So he activates Dark Magician Circle, and that sets 4, and then passes. So here I activate Supply Squad, which is an absolute great draw over there, and then activate Meklord Assembly to add, I think I added Weisel here, but I could be, yeah, I think I do add Weisel here, because that's like the only option to me at this point with the deck, so I do add Weisel. And now I'm going to go into, of course, the normal summon Obligato. It uses effect to destroy itself, summon 2 more Meklord armies besides itself, and then activate Supply Squad to draw a card, and then activate Meklord Assembly's effect. When a Meklord monster gets destroyed by a card effect, I get to pop one other face-up spell or trap, which ends up being this Dark Magician Circle, and then Weisel's effect, of course, when a card gets destroyed by a card effect. See, this is the thing with the Meklord archetype. It's like, if the armies did something besides Obligato, because Obligato is amazing, if the other army monsters were actually, decent, had good effects, I think this could be a really good deck. But it's just because those armies don't really do anything besides, like, increase their own attacks. That's the reason why this deck ain't as good. But I would still think it's a good deck. It's a cheap deck to buy, of course. Most of these cards are, like, 50 cents at most. So, yeah, except for, like, maybe the hand traps, which, I didn't even draw anyways. So here I go into a Union Carrier, into, of course, just equip Dragon Buster Blader to Emperor Weisel to lock him out of his extra deck, just in case he did have Dragoon. And then here, since, it's my second turn, I can attack, I decide to banish 1, 2, and 3 to summon Meklord Astro Dragon. Which here, I think he actually does not let go through. I think he does activate something. But yeah, that, like I've been saying, the Meklord army, or the Meklord archetype with the new support, is actually pretty okay. It's not going to, be meta support or meta good. It's not going to compete with Infernal Knights and Dragon League and Dinosaurs and, Invoke Dogmatica and all them. And even Outledge decks. He does activate Deep Dark Trap Hole here. He gets rid of my Astro Dragon. But yeah, this is like one of those things. Like, man, if the regular armies that they released so long ago did something more than just increase their attacks. Maybe this deck can be good enough to be a road deck. But of course, it's not up to that. I hope they do release more support for this deck or this archetype, because I really do like using this archetype now. So, of course, kind of behind here, I attacked with Emperor Weisel to deal 35, and then, of course, he sends Winged Dragon Raw to summon Apprentice Illusion Magician. And then here he just adds Dark Magician, of course, and then here he just ends up surrendering because he had nothing else to do, which didn't matter anyway. I had another Astro Dragon in my hand with another Obligato, so I could just pull it out straight away anyways. So I hope you guys did enjoy it. If you did, leave a like and subscribe for more. In 2 days I'll probably be doing another deck profile, and I'll be doing more dueling, and I'll probably be doing some live streams of me dueling live as well. So if you want to see that, subscribe. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Goodbye.